this is Russ. Time for a topic on e-bikes. Now, I know we've talked about this before in the past, but I don't think we had a specific video about it, so let's cover it today. Remember when e-bikes first came out and became popular? Now, I'm going to say around the time that I first bought my first e-bike. For me, that's when it became popular. Yeah, that was like just after the pandemic was happening. Yeah, the time when people couldn't get bikes. Remember, they had to, had to wait for a bike, for delivery and everything like that. Some people had to wait months to get a bike. Now you can get them pretty quickly. But anyway, remember those bikes when they first came out? The batteries were pretty much exposed. The controller was exposed on the bike. Everything was out there, right? And now today, we see batteries are pretty much integrated into the bike down tube somehow. Yeah, some of them stick up a little bit, but many of them integrate so well that it actually looks like it's part of the bike. Now, granted that the down tube is a little bit larger than maybe one that doesn't have a battery in there, but it's part of the bike, okay? So let's talk about these two styles of batteries. Now, when this wasn't even an option way back in the day, we're talking only a few years ago, that you could pretty much tell an e-bike coming down the road because you'd see that battery sticking up, right? And then the controller, of course, usually is right behind the seat post. So back then, you didn't have a whole lot of option. This is basically how all the bikes look like. But now, you have an option. There's bikes that are made that way still, and then there's other bikes that have integrated batteries. Now, the benefit of an integrated battery, of course, is a sleeker look. Everything is all in one down tube. You can't even see the battery sticking out. I think that's sometimes the only time you can tell it's a battery is because sometimes the battery is still like black, right? So like you have a yellow bike, but then you got a black battery section, right? Sometimes I kind of think about that. And I go, yeah, it's too bad they don't paint those batteries, make it all the same color. Then it kind of looks the same, right? So what is the benefit of the integrated? Well, the integrated, it's sleeker looking. It just looks nicer in a sense. Controllers are built into some other area so it doesn't stick on the outside. Yeah. So is that actually better or not better? Now let's go back to the original design. Okay. Now the original design, my initial thinking was it was a better design. And the reason I thought that way was because if you ever had to change the battery and the company who made the bike went out of business, you might actually be able to find another battery that you can use and relatively easily put that battery in there in the place of the old battery, right? Now, the connectors might not be exactly the same, but if you're good in electrical things, you can cut the wires and then, of course, use similar connectors. A lot of people use the XT60s or the XT90 connectors. So I know the Area 13 bike that I had gotten, when the person said that the motorized vehicles aren't allowed on the path. Remember that one? Yeah, and Area 13 gave me a bike. Well, that bike, the Blackbird, had an externally mounted controller and an externally mounted battery. Same thing with the Rad Rover 5 that I bought, okay? I could, in theory, go ahead and just change out the battery myself. And in fact, I actually put a triangle battery on the rear rack and then created XT60 connectors to connect to the XT60 connector that was already on the controller. So I could, in theory, use whatever battery I wanted to as long as it fit the specifications of the manufacturer and continue to ride even if the manufacturer was gone, right? Now take a look at the integrated battery situation. You don't have that anymore. You have to buy a battery that fits that bike. And if the manufacturer were to go out of business, what would you do at that point, right? Now, I guess you could go and snake around inside the inside of the frame and try to find where the controller is, run a wire somehow externally. It's a lot of hassle, right? So put a comment below. What type of battery do you have? Do you have an integrated type battery? Do you have one that sticks out? Is it easy enough that if you had to do it, you could put a different battery on there? Some things to think about. Now, the trend is for integrated batteries at this point. If you take a look at a lot of the new bikes, most of them are of an integrated type design. I think in the long run, it's a nicer look, right? But is it practical for you? Yeah, something to think about, right? Anyways, that's about all I really wanted to say on this video. I just wanted to kind of get our thinking caps going and see if it's something that actually makes a difference or it doesn't. I mean, should we go for aesthetics, make things look good, or should we go for practicality in case something happens to the manufacturer, that we can actually change out these batteries ourselves, or at least hire somebody that can relatively easily put a different brand of battery on your bike. Think about it. Put a comment below. Let me know what you think. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. By the way, we did hit the 17,500 subscribers by the end of 2023. So thank you for that. I don't think I mentioned that we actually made it, but yeah, we made it. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys next time.